Hello and welcome to Arcade Classics. In this installment, the game is Xevious, released in late 1982, developed by Namco. Along with Pac-Man, Xevious is another historically significant Namco classic that is just as playable today as it was over 30 years ago when it was first released. Xevious was one of the first scrolling vertical shoot-'em-ups released in arcade, and its influence was felt in thousands of arcade games that followed in its wake. Virtually every shooter that has ever been made owes its existence to Xevious. In Xevious, you have two methods of attack, cannon fire and bombs. Your cannons fire directly in front of you while your bombs drop down below. Although the game is of course 2D, this means enemies appear and attack from two different planes, on the ground and in the air. Your targeting reticule displays where the bomb will drop, but it takes a second or so after you drop a bomb for it to actually hit the target, meaning you have to lead your bombs to the target. This is easy enough for stationary targets, but soon enough you'll encounter moving ground targets, where it becomes much more challenging and satisfying to destroy them. You can drop an infinite number of bombs, but you can only drop one at a time. Xevious is quite challenging for a number of reasons. First, there are no power-ups. You have no screen-clearing super bomb, no cannon or bomb expansions, no shields or anything else. When there are a lot of hazards on screen, you need to simply rely on your own evasion skills to survive. This is definitely easier said than done. By the game's very design, there are enemies that approach you from different planes, and each attack at the same time, meaning you need to focus on what's coming in front of you while watching below, while also making sure you counterattack at the same time. Secondly, as mentioned, a good number of ground targets move around, making targeting them much more difficult than simply the enemies that come directly at you. Despite the challenge, Xevious is a ton of fun to play. Xevious is also a pioneer in terms of game sound design. The game's introduction jingle is distinctive and very memorable, and although the game background music is a looping 3-second track, it surprisingly never becomes annoying and actually adds to the ambiance of the game. Considering most other games of its time didn't have background music at all, just sound effects, Xevious was rather ahead of its time in yet another aspect. Almost as soon as the game came out, Xevious became extremely popular, especially in Japan. Its popularity soon surged to a point where there was a fanzine devoted to Xevious strategies called Game Freak. Many years later, the creators of Game Freak magazine would go on to become game programmers themselves and adapt the magazine name into their software name developer, producing a few Famicom games before hitting it big with a title that you might have heard of called Pokémon. The roaring popularity of Xevious dictated console ports and home computer ports for decades to come. Xevious can be found on nearly every console, from the NES and Commodore 64 all the way to the Xbox 360. The game was even on the Atari 7800. Well, that'll about do it for today's video, so thanks for watching. Drop a comment down below, and if you like the video, please hit the like button. Community engagement is very important to me. I post new content almost every day, so the best way to keep up with me is to subscribe and check your inbox daily. So until next time guys, thanks for watching and take care.